Hey folks, what's up, iyatee? So, out here again this morning. It's hardly morning again as I've been relaxing. I don't have my Flintknapping cup, but I got my Prairie Grove, Arkansas Battlefield Park cup. Guess the battle was December 7th, 1862. If you go there to that Prairie Grove Battlefield Park and you read about that stuff and go through their little thing there, that was a brutal, brutal battle, as was most of the stuff for the Civil War. Make you feel terrible for them people that were fighting in that, a lot of which didn't want to be fighting in it. Anyways, I got a preform here, Rainy Buttes. It's got some issues. It's got some rough stuff on both sides, not real smooth. I don't know what Yahoo made this. I can't remember his name. I think it rhymes with Danny though. And next time I see him, I'll have to have a talk to him about making a little smooth freeform. But I thought I'd chip on this a little bit and get warmed up this morning. And once I get warmed up, then I'm gonna see about, I've been making mostly small points. Let's see about making something just a little bigger than what I've been making last couple days. Don't know if there was not sure why I left it as rough as I did. Maybe I was in a hurry, or I'm not really sure. Or maybe it was just hard. You know, like a rock. Wanting to go down and visit my old buddy John. Really haven't got to visit with him much lately. John's about he's about 6 hours from the house, 5.5, 6 hours, something like that. It's not that bad. That is pretty tough piece. We'll get her tamed out though. It's not as hot right now, but it is warming up quick. I can tell you that. Warming up real quick. I got my phone plugged in. I figured I might as well be charging it while I can, because when it gets hot I can't have it plugged in. best way to get that off there. This whole thing's gonna come in anyways. Hope y'all are enjoying the videos, because I have sure enjoyed making them. Feels good to be back at it. I did get some good suggestions on that porcelain knife video, actually. A viewer would give me some suggestions on what to try on that, and his views on the abrader were exactly what mine was, but he also had suggested, in case you didn't read the comments, he had also suggested a slower billet swing, and that is something that I definitely struggle with, because I'm just kind of a bull in a china closet most of the time, and a lot of that comes from working my whole life in piecework, and you're doing the very best job you can do as fast as you can do it, and that mentality, you do that for all the years I've done it, and it is hard to escape that. But I'm going to take the suggestions and run with them. If you're new to this channel, you know that I started this channel for a couple reasons. One was just to follow along my flint knapping journey, and the other one was to have something left behind that my kids and grandkids could, great grandkids, whatever, could look at if they wanted to. If you don't like pressure flaking, then you probably won't like this video, because it's going to be pretty much pressure flaking. Usually I make these preforms, and I make them, I threw a couple in here that weren't quite as refined, but you know, I do these preforms like this, and then they're basically ready just for some pressure flaking and notching, you know. And I sit around and make some of these sometimes, and then just throw them in the bucket here, and then when I get time, then I'll, or I want to, I don't feel like percussion napping something or whatever, then I'll finish some of those out, or sit down one evening and just, you know, finish 3 or 4 of them. And I don't film much of those because it is just pressure flaking. I know a lot of guys don't like to watch pressure flaking. for me, and I know there's a lot of people post video or points and stuff, and they go, this is all percussion, no pressure flaking and stuff, and they're not perfect, but they're way better than I can do with just percussion, no doubt about it. And but despite that, a few guys that do that, pressure flaking is a major part of flint knapping, obviously. So you need to be able to know how to do pressure flaking really well. Which I honestly believe, and my buddy Keith told me, he says, if you do some fog knapping, he said, I think you'll find that it's going to really help your overall knapping. And he was absolutely right. I believe that it sure did. But I am a little bit burnt out on the fog knapping, so not going to be doing any of that for a little while. And I really think most people want to see the percussion stuff on video anyways. Before I was ever doing any fog knapping, someone had asked me, said, well, don't you get bored doing that? And I'm like, no, I don't. When you're percussion knapping, you know, it's a little different every time. Every rock's got its challenges and what have you. But one thing that you can do, I mean, there's a lot of advantages to fog knapping. First off, you get a perfect or near perfect point every time as far as flaking, scars, and all that kind of stuff goes. But besides just that, it saves a lot of material. So if you have all the equipment, that's a nice thing. But I'm definitely a percussion guy at heart. And although fog knapping is an art all in of itself, it is a bit easier to learn. Not thinning that too much on the base. Need to sharpen this up again. Need to start paying better attention to my screen because hopefully I'm in frame. I was out here yesterday, man, the flies showed up and they were bad. Good night, they were bad. I just said that, now there's one flying around me. They found me again. It's been fun recording my little journey here, though. It really has been. I definitely enjoy it. Look at that, my monitor's way behind. Weird. First time it's done that out here. Yeah, it's behind a long ways. Good night. I might have to pause this and get going again. Let's see. No, now we're back. All right, good deal. You guys can't see that. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but there's a monitor off to my side here, and it is so I can watch what I'm doing. Okay, let's see here. Now am I going to have go in with the notching tool from the very beginning. I'm not going to crunch them in at all. It did pop out. Okay, we got that part. So far, we may deepen them a little bit. We'll see what happens. Try and stay away from the struggle bus today. Because as we all know, the struggle bus pretty much sucks. No one likes to be on the struggle bus, especially me. But I seem to be driving that thing all the time. It's like all aboard the struggle bus. I'll tell you, if y'all are new to flint knapping, you can learn a lot by watching YouTube. You got to watch a lot of YouTube, but you can definitely learn a lot from watching YouTube in flint knapping. I mean, that really gave me my start until I met Mr. John Tuttle. And are we still recording? Doggone, this thing's slow. I may have to back out of this thing and then come back, because I don't know what's happening here, but it's super slow. Yeah, I can't see what's going on. I am gonna back out of here. I'm gonna stop this thing and then hook back up and see if it fixes it. Because right now on my monitor, I'm just now starting to draw on the point. Okay, let's try that. We're back again. It is acting kind of goofy. I'm not sure exactly why. I don't have service on my tablet. It just works off a hotspot or Bluetooth over with my phone. Alright, I'm going to save some of that width and push the flakes in. Because this is going to get a whole lot. I should use my issue stick, or I probably should. Just to try to push those flakes as far as I can. Yeah, my monitor's super slow again. Hopefully it'll catch up. Boy, the flake scars on that stuff is just beautiful. My monitor's froze up again, trying to catch up. Good night. That is just pretty as could be. I can't even tell if I'm in frame because that monitor is so doggone slow. I don't know what's happening with that. I wish I did know. Just turning this edge as I'm going in here, and so that as I'm going in I can be also thinning a little bit. I guess I'm probably still recording. I really hate not having the monitor. You guys can see that fly, but driving me nuts. Things are definitely not even, are they? I was looking around for a small piece to have another go at this Agee point, and this was the piece I came up with. Although I don't believe they were a point of that region where this material comes from, I often don't stick to that. Sometimes I do, most of the time I don't. But I'm not really trying to make repops as much as I'm just doing what I can consider flint knapping art. Back in the day, it was a utilitarian skill, which I'm sure there was some art aspect to it too, especially the stuff that went in the mounds and stuff like that, which is the best of the best. This one again is probably on the larger size. Well, it is on the larger size for this type point. I don't have a tape measure with me. There was a viewer question about the size of that last one, the Jeff City. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between Jeff City and Mozarkite. I think Mozarkite is just Jeff City that's got some pink in it. And more or less, I think it's all from the same formation or whatever. So I actually think we're just about done with this one. And I'm pretty happy with the shape of that one. It could still be thinner. These things, the real ones, were incredibly thin. This one's not thick, but the real ones, I've got some casts of the real ones, and they were, of course, came out of mounds and whatever, and they are the finest examples, but yeah, I'm actually probably just going to leave that like that. I'm sure once I film it and everything, I'll go, well, I need to fix this or I need to fix that. That always seems to happen. This ear here is definitely much larger than this other one. So it's still not perfect, but dang, you look at it from this side, it's way off. How in the world did I get so far off? That's definitely getting closer to what I want out of my Agee points. But there's our point, and I have no idea how long it took because it took I had to break it down, but she's straight. Could work on that tip just a little bit more. Man, I got ants biting me or something biting me. Fly or something bad out here. That rain just brought them out. Okay. Well, there we go. There's our point. Appreciate y'all watching. This one here it's about 3/8 wide here. That could be narrower. Let me grab the book again. And we're about the same size as that one, which is one of the, this is some of the larger examples. Right here, that would probably be about as big as I get, but Like this down here, you look at these, I mean, those are less, that's way less than a half an inch, but this is, you see a lot of them that are like this size and this size, and this is about an inch, something like that. So they're pretty small, or they can be pretty small. There's not a lot of difference in the alba points. They're a little larger, and most of them have this, I like this rounded base that's on those, but this one's a little more stylistic, and we're in the realm. So anyways, appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.